Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be doing Roxy's weekly challenge. And I believe, and I'll just better check in my little book because I think it's week 34. Let me just, I write them always down. Yes, it's week 34. Book page journal cards with a tuck. I had to look it up because it's quite a long one. But actually it looked a really, oops, put that back in there. Looked a really fun challenge, so I thought, I'm going to give it a go. I always have a certain amount of trepidation when I start these challenges because they're always a little bit different to anything I've done before. But once I get into it, they're always good fun. So I'm going to get started. I've got a little pile of journal cards. I've got far more than I'm going to need. Just give myself a few choices, a few different sizes, different colours, that sort of thing. But this is the one I thought I'd start with just because it's quite pretty on this side and it's completely plain on this side, which should be good for writing, although it is fairly thin, so I still might need something on here to make it feel a little bit more robust. And obviously I've got this bit that looks like somebody's taken a bite out of it, so I'll need to fill that in. So let's start with that one and see what I can do with that. It's the only one I've given it a little bit of thought just because of this bit down the side. I thought I'll need to do something about that. So I found this piece of paper, which is really pretty, but it's also double-sided. So, oh, sorry about that. My phone, as usual. I'm just going to turn, that's it, turn that off. So it'll vibrate now, but it won't ding while I'm filming. So I thought what I might do to start with is just put this on the back, and I'd quite like this little bit of scallopy edge. I think it must have been done something with a pair of scissors or something. Just having that sticking out, but it will just reinforce this on the other side. I don't need all of this, so I think I'll just tear it down. He says, it'd be nice if I could tear it roughly straight, but but I don't want it. I wanted it to have a slightly jaggedy edge or whatever, but yeah, it's going to go, that's it, it's going to go that way. That's how I'm going to do it. So it just reinforces that and fills in that little space there. So I've just got to, that's not my glue page, that's not for gluing on, this is for gluing on. So I'm going to put, I think I might just roughly mark where I don't want to glue. Get my pencil, there it is. So, just do a little mark just above that bit. I don't want too much of the blue, so I'll mark it there. Then I know where I need to glue to. Just glue along that edge and along this edge with the glitter glue. Oh no, I don't want to glue on the scallop either, do I? Because that's sticking out. So just inside of that, and then I'll just use the glue stick, whoops, for the rest of it. It's just a scrap from my basket, and I thought I would. So I've just got to go down past that bit. That's it. Challenges the brain thinking of doing this sort of thing. Okay. Go there. There. That's it. And you can still write on that. And then I was just thinking I might put a little bit down the bottom here just to reinforce it. What have I got here? I've got a bit of packaging here, but I've drawn on it. That's not good, is it? Hang on that. I think I'll use my ruler here. And thought I might just, oh no, I do want to do it there. I might just do that, but just to reinforce the strength of the paper. I do like my journal cards to be reasonably robust because they were going in and out of pockets. Okay, that's that side. Oh, I had it upside down. I meant to do it at the bottom, but oh well. It's fine. So, then we've got to find our little tuck area that's going to go over the top and form a tab at the top. That's what I was looking for. So what have I got here? I've got that. That would go quite nicely on here. Got anything else that would? Oh well. I've got a few strips here. I mean, most of them I've just torn off myself, but some of them, quite a few of them have come from Roxy's, Rachel's, one of Rachel's kits, because she has quite a few things that kind of come in strips like that, which also would look quite nice on here. And this is some Florentine paper. It's a bit wide, but I can tear it down. Wondering about that. I rather like that actually on there. So I might just cut it down actually, make sure I've got a nice straight edge. Let's move the glues out of the way. Just I think to about there. That'll be wide enough, I think. Okay, so that will go. Got to have it go into the bottom. I quite like the idea of it being a bit of a torn look at the bottom. So I'll just use my ruler to take that, soften that bottom edge. I know it's still quite straight, but it's not quite as sharp, I guess. And so I'm going to just so she folded it like that, but then she wanted, yeah, so then you have to, first of all I'm going to punch a divot in the side, little thumb hole, and try using my big one, but I might use my little one if this, I think it's getting a little bit blunt, but we'll try this one. And I roughly went roughly in the middle. Okay, it's worked out okay. And then that'd be like that. And so I'll glue to about, well, I'll turn it over. And I glue about, yeah, about there. put my thumb notch in first, then I'll make sure I don't glue on the wrong side. Oops, very wobbly line going down there. Attached to my pin. So I'm actually going to make sure I get this in the right place by doing it this way. So I don't get I get the glue just where I want it. Alright. And then you can turn it over and glue it down. Might make it a little bit, bring it down a little bit more, I think. There we go. It's really pretty. And glue that with my glue stick. So I think this is probably just from inside a little, or some sort of book. I think it probably came in a pack. I don't think it was a book I had, this piece, but I thought it was really pretty. So you don't really need to decorate that very much because it's just lovely as it is. But you've got the tab up here, you've got side tuck here, and then you've got your writing space on the back. So the only thing to do now is to pop something in the tuck. And I pulled out a few things. I don't know how they're going to work size-wise and everything, but I had a few bits in a pack. When I bought my, I've had a couple of boxes from LA Treasures, and inside one of them was a pack of these little bits of writing paper, really, in different colour schemes. And I mean, they're quite modern, but I thought they might work quite nicely. There's that one. That would look all right in here. I think, will it fit? It's a little bit big. Could trim it down a little bit. Or I could fold it differently. I've got another one here. That also would work quite well. I don't know if it's the same size. It probably is. So, oh, that might just fit actually. That is slightly smaller. Yeah, look at that. It is different. It is smaller. It fits better. So I might pop that in there, I rather like that. And then I could also put in something like some old paper, a piece of old writing paper. So I've got this lovely piece of paper. This is from this, it's really old, it's called Duplicate Manifold book. This is a book that my mother-in-law had, and it's got papers, and it's got it's carbon at the back, and I suppose you write something in here and then you keep a carbon copy. But there's loads of pages, and they've got that lovely sort of slightly off-white look when it's been. I mean, she hasn't worked. This is probably when she was working quite a long time ago now, probably 40 years ago, if not more. So this is probably quite old paper. So I'm happy to use it. I think it's rather nice. Now let's have a look at the height. So I could do this into about 3. And just pop that in as well, so you've got plenty of writing space then. Pop that in behind there. Will it go in? Just about. Ooh. Yeah, I think this is just popping up at the bottom here, so I might have to leave that. I might have to just trim it just a touch, so that it's not putting so much strain on the glue. I'll just trim it a touch at the bit of a shame, because you're losing that slightly slight edge that you get to the papers when they get old, because they were brown from the edges, don't they? But perhaps I can add that back in, huh? Add a little bit of brown back in that way. Maybe a little bit down there. A little bit down this edge. Only a little bit. And now we can pop that in, I think. I won't push it right in because I think this hasn't quite dried at the bottom here. So that's that one. That's the first one. I think that's rather nice. You could put an eyelet in here. That would be quite good, wouldn't it? Maybe another time. Oh, I'll tell you what I might do. It's probably the sort of thing she did as well. I can't remember. I have watched her video a couple of times because that was the mistake I made last week. I only watched her video once and then I couldn't remember all the things that she did. So I wasn't really happy with my finished job because I didn't do the folding in at the beginning, so it made it slightly more, gave it a little bit of depth to the pockets, which I missed that bit. But I mean, they turned out okay, but I could have done them better if I'd watched her video twice. I usually do. I usually try and watch her video twice to make sure I know what I'm doing. But I ran out of time to do that last week. It's not quite in yet. It will go in. I'll leave it as it is, so I don't want to push it too much at the moment. There's room to go in further. Alright, so that's the first one. Quite pleased with that one. And we're away. What's next? Okay, now everything's starting to get mixed up together. I had nice neat little piles of each different thing. Okay, so now I've got this piece of book page. I'll put my book page pieces over here, I think. Out the way. Alright, so now I need to find so let's do an autumn one because I need some autumn. I still need some ephemera for my autumn journal. So we've got to make sure this has got enough to turn over the back. So let's do it that way. So the actual fold is just a little bit higher, so you've got the tab. Will that be enough? It will just about reach. Because some of these I've had to trim them off the short side of the paper because that's the way the design goes, and because this has got writing on it I had to do the short side rather than the long side. But I like this nice leafy pattern, and it's got lovely colours in it. So we'll just have to remember that the ephemera that I put in will have to be fairly small. So yep, happy with that. I'll try the small thumb notch with this one, I think. Somewhere in the middle. Oh, is this paper a bit thin to do it with this one? Oh, I think we've got... Sorry about the banging, it's got stuck. That's annoying. This is a really old punch and it's got itself stuck, which is... it'll eventually pop up. I have to remember not to use this one. I'll go back to the other one. I thought that one was struggling, but this one's worse. Goodness. Okay, I'll have to turn the camera off a minute because I need to get this piece of paper out, otherwise I'll have to cut another piece. Right, so I did have to cut another piece, and I've used my other punch, my bigger punch, to do the thumb notch on that one, which I think has worked better. But this is not particularly old book page, and it's certainly not good words I want on display. It's just not particularly something you just kind of want to read. It talks about chickenpox and cholera and stuff. No, I don't want to see that. So I'm going to put a bit of this. I think it's scrapbook paper, so it's a little bit thicker, but not a lot. And I just thought I'd put a piece of that, kind of not necessarily over the whole thing, but I thought just to cover most of it up. I just thought I'd just tear that bit a little bit, see how that fits. Just to kind of take away from, although you can still see some of the words I didn't want to see. So let's go with something a bit different. Let's go that way. How will that look? Yeah, it's probably a bit better. Maybe that's a bit... Tear that off the top. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so now you can see it's book page, but you can't read any of it. That's better. Come up a little bit, I think. Yeah, so I think I'll glue this on. Just going to ink that edge a little, just to take any white off, because it's got some bits of white showing where it's been torn. And okay, let's just glue this on. So I'm filming this on Sunday afternoon before it goes up on Wednesday, and just spent the morning with my younger daughter, the one who's having baby K, and yeah, she suddenly realised that she didn't have many clothes for him. And many newborn clothes. People have been buying bigger things, because you tend to, don't you, when you don't know how big a baby's going to be. You kind of buy the next size up, or the next 2 sizes up or something, so at least that you know they'll grow into it. But she was just a bit worried that he wouldn't actually have anything to wear for the first couple of months, or even just the first month, because they hadn't got a lot for that age. So she said, you know, do you want to go and buy some baby clothes? Yes, of course I would love to come buy baby clothes with you. Which is what we did. We went over to the shopping centre near me. It's a really good shopping centre that, you know, where we've moved to. It's about 20 minutes drive away, so nice and handy and easy to get to, easy to drive to. So off we went, and we had a lovely time. Yeah, we had to restrain ourselves a bit, because there's 2 or 3 shops over there that did some really lovely baby clothes. And yeah, she nearly bought up the shop, I think, in one place. But then she sort of had to kind of say, well, actually, because she was buying, like, all this particular range was so pretty, so cute. It was really cute. It was autumn colours and autumn little hedgehogs and foxes and things, and it was so cute, all in shades of mint, like a fern greeny colour. It was really nice. And you know, but some of the stuff was actually more suitable for when it gets a bit colder, which is, and we don't really know how big he's going to be, so it didn't seem any point in buying things that far ahead yet, because he might not need them for a while. But we did manage to, we bought a couple of things in that range. It was lovely. It was really, I think I bought one and she bought one. We kind of bought things between us. I bought some really sweet little things as well, and it was a real nice trip. We enjoyed it, and she's now she's seeing what you know is quite easy to get to near me. She said she's going to probably be sending me on little shopping trips, which, you know, whenever she realises what she needs, she's going to just say, like, can you go and get this? And I'll be happy to oblige. Okay, let's do something a bit more decorative on this side. I've got my box of scraps here, and it might be nice to do something. So this is going to be for the autumn journal. So actually what I should be doing is getting my autumn scraps. I have those separate over here. So let's do a bit of autumn collage. That's really pretty, isn't it? Love this. So let's get a bit of that. Could use up this little bit, couldn't I? I tore what I might do is I'll take it right to the edge, and then I might just trim off this little soft bit because it is a little bit raggedy, and it might bring that down a little bit. And then trim that little taily bit off because it's a bit, otherwise I'm going to have a funny little gap. Unless, yeah, I could do that actually. Rather than wasting it, I'll bring it up a little bit, and then I've got just some nice book page showing underneath. Okay, we'll do that. And then maybe I'll put some sort of, some things in here that can be possibly cut out and added. He's rather nice actually. I don't think it's a bit thick for tearing. I like fussy tearing, but it is a little bit thick, this paper, because this is some of the Stamperia paper from the Forest paper pad. So I think I'll just cut around it. Does that look okay? Need something a bit more colour behind there. What about a piece of this? It's a bit of jelly printing. It needs just a little bit more of a punch of colour. I don't know if that's the right colour yet. Or do I need something a little warmer? I think maybe I do. Maybe a bit of this will be better. I love this paper. And it pulls in this colour on the leaves, doesn't it? It's tearing it the wrong way, of course. That. Yeah, I think I prefer that. That looks better. Just tear this a little bit, get rid of that white edge. Right. So yeah, I said I'm filming this on the Sunday, and then tomorrow is over here. It's Bank Holiday Monday. We always have the last Monday in August is always well, it's our last bank holiday before Christmas, basically. Feels like a long time till we have another one, but it always just comes really close to my birthday. So sometimes it's on my birthday. This time my birthday is the day after. So as tomorrow is a bank holiday, all the family is going to come over. Richard's kind of organised for them all to come over. Hopefully we'll be in the garden. He's going to do some food, and with any luck we'll be able to sit in the garden. Sometimes it's okay this time of year. Other times it can be pretty miserable, but we're kind of in between at the moment. It's not hot, but it's not too bad either. And so we've got a reasonable chance of getting out in the garden for a bit tomorrow. So it'd be lovely. We haven't had them all over for quite a while. So that'll be really nice. I'm really looking forward to that. Looking forward to having the whole family here and celebrate my birthday. So that'll be really nice. I suspect on my birthday I will be probably doing some filming, because I haven't been able to do a lot the last few days. When I could have done, I had time to do it. It's always the way, isn't it? Didn't have much time last week. This week I did have time to do it, but I'm having trouble with my shoulder again. It does that, keeps flaring up. It wouldn't completely flare up, it was grumbling. It was just, you could feel like it was thinking about flaring up. So I wasn't going to risk anything, so I've not done a lot. Not been in my craft room, been a bit frustrated. I keep coming and moving things around and pottering a bit, but I've not been doing any crafting. So I haven't dared. So I don't want to, because it was really I think about Friday, I think was the worst day. It was really, really beginning to build up. And I thought, oh, I'm in for a bad weekend here. But I just did nothing all day, really, or virtually nothing. And just hoped it will settle down, and it seems to have done. It's feeling okay today. So hopefully I've staved off any kind of major flare-ups. I'm going to use the art glitter glue for this because it's so thick. Yeah, so I thought, right, I'm going to get and do Rachel's challenge and then see where I go from here. So I might come in on my birthday and do another one or two, well, probably just one video. I want to push me luck. But I do want to do some crafting in here on that day. It's my treat to myself. Okay. He's a rather smart fella. Okay, so that's it. That is my autumn one. I shall definitely be putting that in my autumn journal. I just feel like I'd like something down here now. What can I put? Well, there was something else on that paper, wasn't there? About some leaves. I have got some. They're going to be in my box. Of course they are. Silly me. Put them in here. No. This is from the kit. That one. Smaller one. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Just felt it needed something extra down here. So I'm just going to quickly cut that out. No need for you to watch me do that. Right, just cut round, really roughly around that, but that's where the ink comes in, because you can't really see how badly I cut it out. You know, I didn't cut it very carefully, but I inked out all the white bits, and hopefully, I don't think it's very noticeable that that's not been cut out particularly well, because it all blends into the background. But it just gives it a little something extra there, I think. I'm going to tuck that in. Maybe I will. Just tuck that in behind there. So I'm just going to glue that down. Yeah, I'll glue. I think my glue stick should do it. Oops. Now it's all wet, it might not want to tuck in. Okay. Just a little extra bit of decoration. And I was just going, oh, this is too gluey now. Okay, that's gone. What was I going to do? I was going to trim off that edge. I may well sew around these too. Okay. All right. Yep. So let's see what we've got to put in. Well, I may have put a couple of bits aside that hopefully will fit in here. So this is just, I think this is from Roxy Creations, from one of her kits, no idea which, but I just thought the colours went really well with the autumn theme. I'm just not sure it'll fit. It might be too big, which is fine because I'll probably use it, you know, in the journal somewhere else, but it might be all right. Sticks out a little bit, but I don't know if that matters really. And then this is one of the journal cards from the Artie Mays kit, Autumn Splendour. So I think I might pop that in there like that. Yeah, because that definitely goes really well. Those colours all go together. So I think I might leave it like that, even though it is a little bit wider than the journal card. I don't think it matters really. So that's that one. That's my autumn one. So now we have to do one for my new journal, don't we? We have to do one in blues and pinks and pretty colours. So let's find a piece of book page. And we have this piece. It looks like a bit of dictionary or something. So let's see. I've got a few possibles in the way of strips. I have a lot of strips. I'm not going to use anything like all of them, am I? This is another one from Roxy Creations. She's got the blue and the pink in it. I quite like that. That's a possibility. I have this one, which is from one of the kits I'm using, from the Pink Ladies kit, I think. This one. That's quite nice, but actually I'm kind of tempted to use this because it's nice to, because it's got the colours that I'm using. It's a little bit different. It's quite wide, but I don't see why. It's not a problem for me to have a bit wider. So I think I might go with that. So let's do need to make sure I give myself enough to turn it over at the back. I go a little bit more like that. So then we've got to make sure it tucks in a little bit. It doesn't have to go to the bottom of the page. So I could put something under here, just as a bit of background. Yep, let's get my scraps, see if I can find something. This bit of script, I wonder if how that would look under there. And then that would just go down like that. Yeah, I might just do that. Don't need all of that, but I might just have a little bit. So I had that there. And then that would come to there. Yeah. Yep, I think I'll do that. Yes. Bring it down a little bit more. Yeah, I might just take off some of it, just a little bit at the bottom there. So the script shows properly. I like the script. Okay. And another bit of glue book. Oops. Okay. Yep. Bring it down a little bit. Right. So that's going to be there. So let's do my little clip. It's going to come down just a bit more than that. So that's going to be, yep, the clip's going to be on that side, so need it to be about there. Right. Where's it coming? Is it going to go down there? Going to go a bit more like that. Okay. Right. Sorry, I was just trying to didn't want to have too much of the script covered up, but it's getting the balance right of where it needs to end up. So I'm just going to put that about there. That's going to go there. Bring it up a little bit. Okay. Nope, that way. Be good to get it the right way around, wouldn't it? Now I'm going to glue it. Like that. Yep. Okay. There we are. Okay, so then we've got, I actually think it may have gone a little bit over the edge there. I might just have to trim it a bit. I may lose that pink edge, unfortunately. Oh no, not completely. I've got a little bit of it. It's obviously not terribly straight, otherwise it would be the same all the way down, but never mind. Right, so I've got that, got my little tuck. Leave that, let that dry. Put something pretty on the back. See what we've got that fits the colour scheme. That's pretty. I haven't really got many scraps of the papers that I'm using yet, but I can use some of these bits from Spring Birdsong because the colours are similar. I can bring in I might see what I've got. This is a bit of, no, it isn't. I might see what I've got in the way of, ooh, that's pretty, Florentine papers. I'm going to try and get a bit of Florentine paper on here. I just thought I'd go and see what I've got. It might work. Either Florentine, oh, the other thing, of course, is, I know what I've got. A bit of William Morris would be good on here too. Oh, this is pretty. Maybe a piece of that. Oh, another fave. That one, that'd be better. Let's see if this will, if I can make something, put something together with some of these colours. This is pretty, it's a bit of light. Excuse me. A bit of lilac. No, I'm not going to do another tuck, I just think that looks pretty there. And then a pretty backing paper. This is probably an Artie Mays backing paper, I think, from something. So I was thinking I might put one of my ladies on the back here, keep it within on theme. Oh, just a second. I know which one I'm looking for. At least I think I know which one I'm looking for. Yes, I think it's this one. I think. I need to print some more of these Florentine ladies off, I think. I used quite a few on another project. Come on there. be more pink up there. Move it up a little bit. Yep. I think that's going to look nice because she's got the pink and there's a bit of blue in the background, greeny blue. Yep, that's going to work, I think. So let's just move these bits off. Right, I'm just going to tuck this tiny little piece of pink in behind here because I think that looks a little odd, and I think it just encloses the image a bit more and gives it better background. Pop that there. Maybe it can come down a bit more. Doesn't need to be too much. Just a little bit of extra colour behind it. There we go. And then we'll put those on there. Got something stuck to my finger there. Yeah, like that. And I'm just wondering if I can find a word to go down here, perhaps, from my new Everything Charlie kit. Word kit. Vertical words. Because I have got some lilac ones here somewhere, or purple ones, which I thought might go on here. What's this say? Spring. No, I don't think spring is quite what I'm after. Fancy something like spirit, or I don't know. Well, there's spirit. Let's have a look at that picture. No. Actually, I could put family on there because they could be a family. Don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe not on this occasion. I think I will do spirit. It's a kind of pinky purple, this, so I suppose it will work. Should work, hopefully. If I can find a spot for it. Something like up there. Maybe down there. Yeah, I think there. These are all on label paper, but I've forgotten to scribble on the back of some of them, I think, to remind myself of the fact that they are labels. I can pop that down there, I think. Okay. Yep, like that. Happy with that. Now we've just got to find something to pop into the pocket, don't we? Well, I've still got some of those little bits of note paper. So I thought this one might work. Pop that in here, like that. Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? It goes really well, that colour. Let's put something else in. So we've got this. This is some actual old, quite old looking book page that's not been printed on, so that could go in. I think that might just be, yeah, just double it over. I think it's not very big. Go in there. Yeah, like that. And you've got quite a nice bit of journal space then on there. I think it must be from this, well, not necessarily from the same book, but it's very similar colour to that. I am going to trim off that edge because I'm not very happy with that edge. I just think it will just get more and more scruffy and torn looking, which is, I know Rachel particularly likes that sort of edge, but I'm not such a big fan. Okay, just pop those in there. Pull this one out a little bit. There we are. So this is Roxy's Weekly Challenge, week 34. And I can't remember what they are, but they're journal, book page journal cards with a tuck, I think. So we've got this one for our new Lace and Ladies journal. We've got this one for our autumn journal, which is still ongoing, and I'm starting to make ephemera for. And this is the first one I did, which is, I think I need to push that in a little bit more now. Will that go in? I think it will. Yeah, there we go. And this is also fairly autumnal, so you never know, this could find its way into the autumn journal as well. But at least it's my, it's one to keep in my idea book maybe. So there we go. 3 journal pages with a tuck. I've enjoyed making those, and they're lots of fun, and I really like them. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.